on scene of a significant incident that tragically injured many of our members this morning. At 6:58, we responded to an auto fire here at the 1100 block of Alameda Street in Wilmington. Firefighters behind us responded to a semi-truck that is a tractor only, no trailer, that was on fire. The unique aspect of this vehicle is that it's not run on diesel or on gasoline, but it is actually propelled with CNG or compressed natural gas. So there's two 100-gallon tanks on that vehicle, one of which exploded while our firefighters were putting out the fire. That explosion was significant. The ball of flame was as high as these telephone poles, and it actually did explode one of the transformers nearby. Tragically, that explosion injured at least 7 of our firefighters. So we rapidly triaged them, treated, and transported them to a local hospital. 2 of them are in critical condition as we speak. We then had set up fire line tape, as you can see behind us. That is to have an isolation area to ensure no bystanders can come into any harm themselves. As you all know, we just asked you to move back another 500 feet. That's because that second CNG tank has yet to fully expel, so it's still off-gassing, and therefore there's a minor threat. We also have our hazardous materials specialists who are on scene, who are performing air monitoring, and we're happy to state that there's nothing abnormal in the air right now. This remains a static situation, and any bystanders are not in harm's way. Obviously, our heart and concern remains with our dear firefighters that suffered some significant traumatic injuries, and we are going to have an updated press conference at the hospital. Hopefully within the hour, we'll get back to you with that. Do you have any questions at this point? So the question is, what's the strategy in dealing with this? So we've called for waves of additional firefighters. Additionally, we had approximately 12 firefighters on scene to handle a routine auto fire. Now, due to the significant nature of the explosion, we've called for all these additional waves. That's why you have hazardous materials specialists behind us. So what we need to do is just deny and isolate entry for anyone coming here. We have hose lines in place, and we're going to put out that off-gassing little bit of flame that remains there. It will naturally then dissipate into the air, and there won't be any hazard to nearby people. So fortunately, this is going to remain a fairly static situation here on scene, and we're going to transition towards the hospital.
So on that one container, the 100-gallon container, its gas is passing out of it. It's being depleted of the gas that's in there?
Correct. So these are about 3,300 pounds in these 100-gallon tanks. And again, there's 2 tanks, one that exploded on our firefighters, the other that has predominantly off gas at this point, but it's not completely done at this time.
Was it from?
Yeah, the question is, do we have an update on the driver? We're trying to determine what that update is. We don't have anything at this point. Also, we don't know for sure if that vehicle was moving at the time of the fire or not. So the surrounding circumstances that led up to this tragic incident are still too new. We're going to comb through the debris, and we're going to talk to witnesses and pull any surveillance camera and really determine exactly what led up to this incident as well.
Would a truck like this?
Is the driver okay?
We don't know.
Would a truck like this have to be labeled that material CNG was on board? And do you have any idea if that was a factor when firefighters arrived? Do you know if they reported that this was a truck carrying compressed natural gas?
So the question is whether the truck was placarded or labeled. So yes, there is placarding on these vehicles. I don't know on the specifics of this one, but then that is something that we will take into consideration in our firefighting operations.
Captain, I'm sorry to mention, you said you don't know the condition of the driver, but was he being transported to the hospital? What would be the reason?
I don't have those specifics for you, but we'll find out by the time we do our full press conference. So we don't have information on the driver at this time. Yeah. Correct. It's unknown at this time. We're going to gather that information. Obviously, we had a small mass casualty incident, tragically, of our own members. When you have over 7 patients, we had to quickly start to triage them, determine the most severe, and get them transported for more definitive care on scene. So thank you for your patience. That's all the information we have now. We'll update you in reference to the time for the press conference, which we expect to be hopefully within an hour. Thank you.
T y Z, soy vocero con el Departamento de Bomberos de la Ciudad de Los Ángeles. A las 6:58 el Departamento de Bomberos acudió a la cuadra 1100 de la calle Alameda Norte en la comunidad de Wilmington, Ciudad de Los Ángeles. Al llegar a la escena, los bomberos encontraron una combinación de tractor sin tráiler, semi, en llamas. Los bomberos comenzaron una operación de extinción del incendio y 5 minutos durante su operación hubo una explosión. Al parecer uno de los tanques de gas comprimido falló y explotó con llamas que llegaban hasta la parte de arriba de un poste eléctrico. Durante este evento se lesionaron más de 7 bomberos. 2 de ellos están siendo reportados en condición crítica. Los bomberos fueron transportados inmediatamente a la sala de emergencia de un hospital local. No tenemos más datos en cuanto a la condición de los demás. La condición del chofer del vehículo no la tenemos ahorita, pero lo que sí podemos decirle es que la comunidad de Wilmington está segura. Los bomberos ahorita están monitorando con equipo especializado el aire para asegurar que la comunidad está segura y no hay evacuación necesaria en el área. Continuamos aquí con líneas de mangueras preparadas en caso que el segundo tanque también se empiece a incendiar, pero en este momento el segundo tanque está dejando salir de una manera controlada el gas y es una cantidad menor que no está amenazando al público. Vamos a dar más información en una conferencia de prensa durante la siguiente hora y estamos invitando a los medios de comunicación a estar ahí donde vamos a tener más información en cuanto a la condición de los bomberos. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.